Hello everyone, I'm Trisha, and for this video, I'll be guiding you on how to manage the split feature of the compensation. This is a guide for pastors with multiple appointments. To begin, it is important to note that this manage the split feature is only applicable to pastors with multiple appointments. And even if you have multiple appointments, you would still need to complete first the total compensation packet and encode them under the edit compensation page. After encoding, you need to click save. That's the time that you would be able to go to manage the split. Once you click manage the split, you can now split the numbers by encoding the numbers or the data on each line according to the splitting arrangement of each church. You can input the appropriate amount for each line based on the splitting arrangement of each church. So let's say, for example, for this one, we have here the compensation split for Pastor Gabe demo. So in the compensation split interface, you will see here the notes. You'll see here a table, and on the leftmost of the table, you can see the comp field, the comp value. This comp value is based on the value or the numbers that you have encoded under the edit compensation page. And then this is where you input or encode your splitting arrangement. For example, how much are you going to put, or how much do you put for housing allowance for church 1, how much is for church 2. And please take note that the comp value should be equal to the total split. This is a continuation of the table. These are other comp fields, comp values, and then the church 1, church 2, and then the total split. There will be more columns if, for example, you have more churches. Then, for example, you have 3 churches, then there will be more columns before the total split. I have here some notes and reminders when it comes to the percentage of time serving in terms of matching or mismatch amounts, and then decreases in salary. Let's start with the percentage of serving. At the top most of your table, this is the first thing that you will be able to see. Please ignore the dollar sign and just put the percentage of time serving of each church or extension ministry. Now, if, for example, the amounts do not match, then the boxes will be highlighted into pink, like the one that you can see on your screen. Okay, in this case, 55,474 is the comp value. However, the total split is just showing 50,000, meaning we lack 5,474. So you need to update the numbers to match the comp value and total split columns. So let's say, for example, we have 55,474. The service time for church 1 is 50%, and the service time for church 2 is 50%. Then let's assume that the splitting arrangement is 50-50. Then we just need to divide 55,474 divided by 2. So you put 27,737 for church 1 and the same for church 2, showing the total or equal comp value and total split. Next is in terms of decreases in salary. There are instances wherein pastors would have a decreases in salary because probably one of the reason will be um, the change in time. So the negative amount should appear in the comp value column. As you can see here, we have 13,868. That's a negative sign being in an open and closed parenthesis. But for the managed split, you need to put a negative symbol, and this negative symbol will indicate that this is a negative value. So let's say, for example, here we put negative symbol 13868. It is highlighted in pink. Please disregard it. And what you need to do is to just save it. So once you save it, the highlight color, the pink highlight color will be removed, and the negative sign or symbol will be converted into an open and closed parenthesis. Please disregard if the comp value and the total split doesn't match, as long as there's no pink highlights, that means we're all good. For you to check if the amount is correct, then you can go to report, click the report, go to your compensation page, and then look for that specific field where there is a negative value. For example, in this area, increase, decrease to salary, we have negative 13,868. So we're all good. It's okay, even if the comp value and the total split doesn't match. Now I have here one scenario I would like to discuss. There are instances where the pastor has both increase and decrease in salary. Let's have this scenario, okay? For example, on July 1st, 2024, a pastor who were from full-time in Church 1 went to 3/4 time and was newly appointed for a 1/4 time at Church 2. So here are the data. A pastor with 7 years in service, full-time minimum salary. This is based on the 2024 minimum salary or compensation is 52,196. Please take note that if a pastor is appointed to multiple appointments, we have a standing rule that we add 5% to its minimum salary. Thus, a pastor with 7 years with multiple appointments, full-time minimum salary is 54,806. How do we get this number? We add 52,196 to the product of 52,196 and 5%. So, next we have here, let's say for example, the January 1st previous cash salary is 52,196. What is the first thing that we need to do? Of course, we need to compute first the total increase or decrease for the total compensation packet. So in the total compensation packet or at the edit compensation page, you put 52,196 for previous total cash salary and the increase or decrease to salary of 2,610. How do you get this? 54,806 minus the previous total cash salary. We can explain our increase or decrease. In this case, I put here there is a decrease of 11,091 0.5 for the change of time in Church 1, and then an increase of 13,701.5 for Church 2 as new pastor. Now we're done with encoding these numbers to the edit compensation page. That's the time that we're gonna go to the manage the split. For this split, it is still important that we show the increase and decrease for each church. So let's say, for example, okay, so from 100% in Church 1, it became 75% and became a new pastor in the Church 2 with 25% time serving. So, since the pastor is a new pastor for Church 2, we're not gonna put previous total cash salary. But since the pastor will continue serving at the same church from January 1st, then there's a previous total cash salary of 52,196 for Church 1. For the increase or decrease to salary, okay, the comp value is showing 2,610. Compute how much do we need to decrease for Church 1 based on the change of time. So we have negative 11,091.5. And then for Church 2, we're going to put the increase of 13,701.5. If we're going to look at this one, the comp value is equal to this total split. Now, once you're done with the manage the split, everything is perfect, and you have reviewed it and everything is good, then that's the time that you need to submit and print a report. To submit, of course, you need to go back again to your compensation page and look for Done Submit for approval. Just click it. If, for example, you wanted to print or download the report, then go to the report. Then once you go to the report, you'll see this report that you can see on your screen. At the upper right, You would be able to see print and click print. That's it for how to manage the split. If you have questions, please contact your district administrative assistants. Thank you for listening, and I hope you got something from this video.